Hello, everyone, and welcome back. Today we are looking at the Yvarem. Yver, I'm gonna mess this up. I'm being honest. Yvarema scout ship. Okay, so I'm bringing up Wikipedia. They only really have one sentence here. The Royal Yvarema scout ships were relatively primitive spacecraft developed by Yamaria. That's all they really have. Now, this does come from um, the Darkstrider campaign, uh, the Carthral Rift, if I can only speak this afternoon, and from Endgame. So, really, everything I'm bringing to you, I'm actually bringing to you from um, the Rift here. So, the capsule, the Yvarema ships were primitive by galactic standards, but serve a small alien fleet well in their exploration of their small patch of space. Well armored, or while unarmed, the Yvarema feature a powerful navigation deflector meant to clear a path in the dust and gas shrouded rift. In a pitch, these deflectors can be used as makeshift weapons, but are limited in range and not very effective. The Yvarema ship features fluidics based control systems, meaning that they are immune to ionization damage. So it brings a nice little kind of different aspect for a ship to really follow. And looking at it, um, we're not seeing, we don't really come out and say everything is being run by ion engines or whatever. The vast majority of the ships do. But when you have an alien vessel, however it's kind of run or whatever it is, um, being honest, this, if you're able to see on the back side of our, looks like cockpit here, um, it almost looks like it could be a Star Wars-ish version of a Star Trek kind of engine. Right or wrong, I'm just throwing it out here. And it's only a black and white image, so we really have no color idea or anything else. And this is the only image we have, because this was all created for West End Games West End Games and for the novelization of the Darkstrider campaign. Um, so this is from the Rise of the Empire. Uh, this is actually coming from the Darkstrider campaign, the Carthal Rift, and that's where I got our little reading from. It's a medium range exploration craft. It is at starfighter scale, and I didn't go ahead and do all that ahead of time. Length is only 20 meters, so it's a very small ship. It's an archaic starship piloting. Um, any starship piloting would work, but there again, for that sub skill, if you were to do archaic starship piloting and then further down Yvarema scout ship or whatever, then you can spend less points in game to get a higher skill, but you're specializing only in that ship is really what it comes down to. All right, has a crew of 2, passengers of 3, has cargo capacity for 20 metric tons, consumables for 1 month. Cost is not available for sale, at least not on the open market. Not saying that you couldn't find one on the black market somewhere. It does have a hyperdrive multiplier of ×4. The nav computer, it does have one, but it's only limited to 3 jumps. Maneuverability is only a 1D, so it is not quite up to where our standard is, but being a more archaic vessel, I guess it makes a lot of sense, and I'm not arguing any of that. Has a space of 5, which is not too bad for a newer civilization into the whole galactic throes of space travel. Atmosphere, it can go 800 kilometers per hour. Hull is 2D plus 2, so a little bit above average, so not too bad. Shields is only 1D. Our sensor packet goes as a passive scan is 2.5 kilometers. Our active scan is 3.5 kilometers. Our search is 5 kilometers, and our focus is 300 meters. Now, passively, we only have a 0D. Our active scan is a 1D. Our search is a 2D plus 1, and our focus is 3D. Not the highest, but they're again pretty respectable for a younger spacefaring race. Now, our navigational deflectors, seeing that they did mention it could be used as a weapon, but not a very effective one, only has a front arc. So looking at this, I don't know if that's coming from here or if it's coming from this, one way or the other. Something tells me it might be this. I don't know, but oh, and for anyone that's just watching, we do have like an arm that kind of comes down. Now I don't know if this is going to fold up on landing, but it has what almost looks like a cannon or something. Underneath the cockpit, it looks like it has a second nose sticking out. So I don't know which one's going to be our deflector here. So it goes under Starship Gunnery. Has a damage of 2D, but there is no fire control. So you are just, whatever your personal skill is, that's all it's going to be. And the fact that for something that's not intended to do damage, it is able to do 2D worth of damage. It's not all that, unremarkable. It's whenever we're dealing with newer species and all that stuff, we get this stuff, and it is pretty amazing how we come up with different tech. So really, this is about all we have on this ship. It is another one of those not really well known, unless you're really playing the game and you get all the little campaign books and everything else. You really don't even know that the ship even exists. So it's always nice being able to bring something like this to light for everybody else. With that, I hope you have a wonderful day. Thanks for watching as always, and we'll see you in the